All right, we're getting ready for SHOT Show 2014. This will be our ninth year attending the SHOT Show as media. And we always like to do some sort of an introduction video to let people know about the show. And if you're not familiar with it, it's the Shooting and Hunting Outdoor Industries Trade Show. It's held once a year. I'm told it's the fifth largest trade show like this in the country. Now, we've been going for quite a while, and notice that most of the time we point the cameras at the gear or the show itself. This year, we're going to show a little bit behind the scenes and perhaps give some tips or tricks to people that might be attending SHOT for the first time this year, or maybe even their second year since last year was on such a downbeat. Hopefully, everything will be back to speed this year. Now, our first show was in 2005. That was in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We drove up from Tucson in this little rental car. Rental cars are great if you're within driving distance, but honestly, if you're flying in, I don't think you need one. You can get shuttles to everything, including the media shoot, so you can save yourself some money and actually save yourself some walk-in. Now, in that first year, we definitely had older machines, and there was no networks in any hotels, so we had to kind of rig everything. It was a lot of work. For some reason, we brought a printer along, and although I had attended SHOT before, this first year as media was definitely tough. Obviously, we had older technology. This was long before video, but we learned our lessons, and we came back in 2006. Again, it was in Las Vegas at the convention center. And this time we came back loaded for bear. We stayed at a timeshare, so we had a lot more room to spread out. We could set up the offices. You'll see a before and after here. We had a little kitchen, which was great, so we were able to have food that we were familiar with, save a little money. We had to set up the computer zone. You can see the big towers and monitors and everything. It was a little different technology then. Now you'll see these little carts at the show. If you want one of those, you can pick them up at Fry's Electronics down on the south end of the strip. They're pretty nice, but be careful if you're flying because you can add a lot of weight to your baggage real quick with catalogs. Now, 2007, it went out to Florida, and we didn't bring a lot of stuff with us, so only a couple of us went, and we didn't get much footage. But in 2008, it came back to Vegas. That was the last year it was at the convention center, and it was my favorite show, I think, of all the SHOT shows I've been to. It was a great show. That year, we stayed in North Las Vegas, however, which I would not recommend. I'll just mention too, we had a little car trouble, so if you're depending on a vehicle or any kind of equipment, make sure you get your preventive maintenance in. Now, the reason I didn't like the North Hollywood Hotel was because of the laws. Concealed carry isn't legal in North Las Vegas. It was also kind of a bad neighborhood. So that was our first attempt to kind of locking up our gear, but it's definitely improved, and you might want to think about that. You want to be able to secure your firearms if you're going to be carrying. Now, that was our first year attending the media shoot, and it was almost my last year because I pretty much got kicked off the that range with the non-lethal stuff because I went out downrange to let them shoot at me. I guess that wasn't allowed. So if you're going to the media show, definitely follow the rules. Back at the show, you saw the media room. It was a lot different back then, and you can see that there was some external tents. It was kind of overflowing the convention center back then. That year was definitely run on free beer and generic cigarettes. Be careful with the fancy foods, though, in Vegas. You can get pretty cheap food there, and you can be out of commission, if you got upset stomach, and you don't want to miss really just even an hour of the show. Now, back in 2009, it moved out to Florida again. So we have some experience having to travel with less gear and on the planes, and it's obviously a lot more expensive, a lot more time consuming. That was probably the smallest commercial airplane I ever had to cram myself into. But that's something to keep in mind. You're always going to be crammed into buses or shuttles or planes, so keep your gear strong and be aware of where it is at all times. We tried to use the same bags at the show that we used for luggage. And again, there's a picture of our office, and you kind of see the technology's catching up, but we're still usually pretty behind. Now, we needed to get some printing done. I just threw those photos in there to let people know, this is a convention city, so if you do need some last minute printing done, you can get that done pretty easily. You're going to meet some famous people while you're there. It's nice to get things autographed. Think ahead, though. If you're going to get Arlie Emery to sign something, instead of the little Glock handout, bring along a Full Metal Jacket DVD. That's much cooler. This is a picture of Steve Fisher years before he was in Magpul. So again, that's really the point of the show, is to do networking and meet friends and stay in contact with people. So I threw that in there as well. Now, in 2010, it came back to Vegas. That was the first year at the Sands Convention Center, where it's still held today. And you can see it's a pretty big place. That was our hotel, though. It's gone now. I'll show you why that's the case in a moment. A lot more the stuff is being done with phones these days, which is great. I'm looking forward to a lot of cool reviews from so many reviewers that look like they're going to be heading out there now. This is a Esotech bag that I really like. It had the padded dividers in there. These are their go bags. They work really good for the show. They're lightweight and they hold a lot of stuff, but beware, you want to have a lot of empty room in your bag. So if you do accumulate stuff along the way, that you have a place to put it. I think that's the best article I've written about an AK-47. Now, some of the guys like backpacks. I'm not a big fan of them. I prefer something like a messenger bag. Now, here's another tip. If you've got something as a backdrop, you'll take better pictures, more consistent, and most of the time, if you put them on glass or something, you just don't see what you're looking for. Now that's the reason our hotel's probably ripped down because of that flooding. So beware that Vegas is crazy. It'll be nice in the morning, and you'll walk out and there'll be flooding up to your knees at night. I post these pictures of the skyline just to let you know are on vacation, even though it's a working vacation. Take some time to smell the roses. There's some beautiful stuff in Vegas, some great food. Just be careful, don't go too overboard because, like I say, if you've missed just a couple hours of the show with an upset stomach, it's really not worth it for the cost and time involved. I guess we're back up to what 2011 or 12 now, and obviously we took a lot more videos, so you'll see fewer slides here. But I'll link to the videos here. We talked about our EDC and the various bags that we carried with us. And again, this is after many years of going to the show, so we've gone to other shows in between. So we've got pretty good experience at this point. And in 2012, it really flipped to phones. We did bring the computers, a lot less stuff to bring, but beware of chargers. You want to bring something like what do they call the power outlet there? You can see we always bring at least 3 or 4 of those because no hotel has enough power outlets for the amount of chargers we're going to need. When you go to the show, again, be aware that you don't need to park in the parking garage and walk all the way over there. Getting dropped off at the front door can really save your feet and your legs some effort. Be aware of targets of opportunity like this Glock plane we saw just while we were driving by. When you're out at the media day, my biggest tip there is to bring some electronic ear protection if you have some. Be aware of the various events that are going on. I guess something else to be aware of. If you're going to start drinking with the Husk, get ready for some debauchery because he's a drunk Marine. You never know what's going to happen. So have fun though. Again, it's a networking thing. There's lots of stuff going on. There's parties. There's places to go, and a lot of fun to be had. Be careful of carrying too much stuff around. Again, when you get on the plane to go home, they might charge you quite a bit for it. Comfortable shoes are a must. Ear Pro out at the range. Otherwise, have fun and enjoy all there is to offer. Hope you have a great time, and looking forward to seeing lots more videos from everybody this year. It seems like lots of people are heading out to the show. This year in 2014, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. One of the things we posted already is our SHOT Show bingo, so we encourage anyone who wants to participate, even if you're watching from home. And once you make those videos, we encourage you to check out Gun Channels. It's a new project we're working on with the Gun Guru or the Glock Guru here on YouTube. Check that out. And I'll finish it up with rainbows and bacon. There's no better way to stop a video than to end it on bacon. So thanks everybody for watching, and looking forward to a great 2014.